We are rolling.
Okay. So how did you get your start in acting?
Well, I got my start in acting by doing theater back in St. Louis, which is my hometown. The first play I did was The Music Man with my dad. I was 7 years old. I was taking singing lessons at the community college that the play was at. And my teacher said, you should probably audition for this. And I did. I got the part of Winthrop, which was the young kid lead. And my dad decided to do it with me so I wouldn't be scared. And he was 3 different parts, I think, a sheriff, a salesman, and something else. But I loved it. I had fun doing it, singing, dancing, acting. And I decided that I wanted to do more theater, so I did some more college stuff, the St. Louis Community, which is a big outdoor amphitheater in St. Louis. And eventually I did a film that came through, and I really, really loved that and decided that film and television was the way I wanted to go.
Cool. What kind of dancing do you do?
The types of dancing that I do, I did a lot of stuff way back when. Nowadays I don't do as much, but when I first started I did tap, jazz, a little bit of ballet, and then when I moved out here I dabbled in hip-hop a little bit too.
Nice. Yeah, out here hip-hop is like the main kind of dancing that goes on.
Yeah.
That's cool though. So did voiceover acting come after? So do you wanted to act before you did voiceover work, or was it vice versa? Were you interested in voiceover first, or?
The way I got into voiceover, it was kind of an accident. I came out here strictly for on-camera acting. I didn't really know that voiceover was a thing that was available to me. And my agency decided, hey, you should go out for this voiceover role. I know you've never done it before, but it's worth a shot. And I went out on it, and I got a call back. And they decided, well, I've obviously got some sort of affinity for it. So I went out on more auditions, and eventually I got a radio show called Adventures in Odyssey. And I'm still working on that to this day, 4 years later. And from there on out, I started training in voiceover a lot more, and I kind of found a home in it. I really love doing it.
Cool. Yeah, you never know with things.
Yeah.
You're like, I never thought I would do that. But, so which actors do you look up to the most?
There's a few. In voiceover, I've gotten the chance to work with a few of my personal heroes. Jess Harnell, I met on Adventures in Odyssey and worked with on Sophia the First, and I think another project. He's amazing. He's a singer, an actor, and he can do anything he wants with his voice. It's incredible. And I've worked with some great people on camera as well. That movie I talked about in St. Louis that I did was called King's Highway. Eric Roberts was on that. And then other actors I look up to, I've always thought Leonardo DiCaprio was very talented. Josh Hutcherson, too, has really taken off as of late, and I've always been rooting for him.
So you're excited for Hunger Games?
Yeah, the first one, I thought it was really good. They stayed pretty true to the books, which are some of my favorite books, by the way.
Oh, cool.
The second one, next year?
This year, November, it comes out.
November this year? Well, there you go.
So what, just talk about some of the films or shows that you've done voiceover on.
Well, I did Adventures in Odyssey, which was the first one. That was a radio show. I've done some work for Warner Brothers. I did a short animated film called Superman, Shazam, The Return of Black Adam, where I played Billy Batson, the kid version of Captain Marvel. So I've got to do some superhero stuff. I worked on Scooby-Doo for an episode. And the first regular show I got for voiceover was Sophia the First on Disney Junior, and I played Prince James on that. And the current one I'm working on is called Steven Universe, and I'm Steven. That comes out next month, and we just finished a whole season's worth of episodes and had a lot of fun doing that.
Nice. What's your character like on the show?
He's kind of a goofball. He's
When you
lovable.
Answer, could you say my character?
Oh yeah, sorry.
No problem.
My character on Steven Universe, Steven, he's kind of a goofball. He gets into trouble sometimes, but he always means well. He cares about his friends. He's always wanting to protect them and still prove himself to them. And he's a very fun-loving guy, and it shows that within the lines. And the character I try to put out, I just try to have as much fun as possible, so that comes through in my voice.
What characters do you usually like to play? Since you've had so much experience with voiceover, what do you usually like to play with your voice?
I've really liked doing Steven because it's more of a character-y voice. That's something when I was younger I didn't really get to do because a lot of the projects I worked on called for a natural voice. But with Steven, I get the freedom and the time to just play around and mess with the character and get it in my head and really do what I want. It's really fun doing that.
Do you want to give a test?
Oh, of the voice?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Hey, I'm Steven! Woohoo!
It's funny what you do with your voice, like to make your voice come out, how your expression has to look.
Yeah.
Like not just you, I mean voiceover actors.
When it comes to being in the studio and having to bring the character out, I've always said that if you chop my arms off, I'd have a very hard time doing voiceover because I'm flailing all over the place and my eyes bug out and I'm doing all this crazy stuff, even though you don't see it, but it's important to the process for me.
Right. That's really funny. Okay, so tell us about the upcoming film Mr. Peabody and Sherman and then what role you play.
Mr. Peabody and Sherman is another project I just finished, and I play King Tut, and he's a 9-year-old little brat who's the king of Egypt, and it's a lot of fun doing that character because he feels very entitled and he's trying to protect his princess, and well, I can't give away too many of the plot points because it's not out yet. Another character voice, which I really enjoy doing.
Cool. And then also Justice League War.
Yeah, Justice League War, another animated feature that I just finished. I play Billy Batson again in that, which is the kid version of Shazam, and he's kind of got a troubled past. He's a kid who really didn't grow up in the best of situations, and it's more of a real voice, but there's some tone and history behind the character that I like to play.
If you could be a member of the Justice League, who would you be?
Well, as much as I like
See, if I were in the Justice League.
Sorry. If I were in the Justice League, as much as I like Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, all those guys, I've played Shazam, or Young Shazam, a couple times now, and I've seen what his powers can really do, so I'd have to go with him.
All right. Well, are you dressing up for Halloween?
You know, for Halloween, I don't know what I'm doing this year. Last year, me and my mom went all out. We made a costume from one of my favorite video games, Journey. This year, I'm probably gonna bring it in a little bit. I've made a costume almost every year, so this year, last year was probably my last year trick-or-treating. Me and my friends rented a golf cart and drove around the neighborhood around here and played music and did Gangnam Style flash mobs at random intersections and had a lot of fun. But this year I'm probably just going to hang out with my friends and maybe do some low-key creative costume and just have fun with it.
Yeah, you're growing up. No more trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not into the whole candy thing as much as I used to be, so.
Well then,
yeah,
no problem for you. My mom's like, you need to stop trick-or-treating. Like, okay. It was a sad day. But yeah, okay, well that's all I have. Probably do a couple liners to the camera.
Sure.
Yeah. So just hey guys, your name and you're watching Fan La La.
Alright. Hey guys, I'm Zach Callison and you're watching Fan La La.
Cool. And then thanks guys. Is there anything you want to specifically plug? Like thanks guys, be sure to check out
Probably Steven Universe, yeah.
Okay.
Thanks guys. Don't forget to check out Steven Universe on Cartoon Network November 4th.
Cool. That's it.
Alright.
Perfect. Thank you so much for coming in.
No problem. Thank
It
you
was
guys.
nice meeting
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I have a question. Is Shazam the character, or is it Captain Marvel?